evening and welcome to this very special broadcast of the NewsHour Agenda that we are bringing to you from the old city of Hyderabad. In fact, right outside the Charminar. It's a massive development coming in from the Supreme Court and a big boost to the Aadmi party with the apex court granting interim bail for Arvind Kejriwal for campaigning until the 2nd of June. And though the court has made it clear that this is not any kind of expression of innocence or any such aspect on the merits of this particular case, the fact is that Arvind Kejriwal has managed to get 21 days of interim bail during which he will be able to campaign. But there are, of course, a number of restrictions. The court has also responded to the objections raised by Solicitor General Tushar Mehta that there is no such precedent, legally speaking, to such case. They have said that they are looking at it from a different perspective as well.
सत्य परेशान हो सकता है, पराजित नहीं। जो अन्याय, अत्याचार और तानाशाही है देश के प्रधानमंत्री और भारतीय जनता पार्टी की, उसका अंत होगा। अब देश केजरीवाल का कमाल देखेगा।
मुझे लगता है कि इसका बड़ा मकसद है। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी जेल से बाहर आ रहे हैं और आपको कुछ दिनों के अंदर दिखेगा कि देश के अंदर अब बड़े बदलाव इनकी रिहाई के साथ दिखने लगेंगे।
Celebrations broke out in the AAP camp as Kejriwal walked out of Tihar Jail. His message is that the Aadmi party would continue its struggle against the Tanasha.
आप लोगों से एक ही निवेदन है, हमें सबको मिलके देश को तानाशाही से बचाना है। मैं तन मन धन से लड़ रहा हूँ, संघर्ष कर रहा हूँ तानाशाही के खिलाफ, लेकिन 140 करोड़ लोगों को तानाशाही से लड़ना पड़ेगा। कनॉट प्लेस हनुमान मंदिर में सब लोग आना, ज्यादा से ज्यादा हनुमान जी के दर्शन करेंगे और 1 बजे पार्टी ऑफिस में प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस होगी। आप सब लोगों का तहे दिल से बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
Reacting to Kejriwal's bail, the Delhi BJP said that even criminals are allowed parole sometimes. In fact, the Delhi BJP chief Virender Sachdeva said that this in no way absolves Kejriwal of the crimes that have been committed.
अंतरिम जमानत मिली है चुनाव प्रचार करने के लिए, और वो भी 1 जून तक। कई बार अपराधियों को पैरोल पे छोड़ा जाता है। बेल या जमानत मिलने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप अपराध मुक्त हो गए। शराब घोटाले में आप दोषी हैं, करोड़ों रुपए का घोटाला हुआ है और आप उसके सूत्रधार हैं। 2014 में भी अरविंद केजरीवाल प्रचार कर रहे थे, चुनाव लड़ भी रहे थे। 2019 में भी चुनाव प्रचार कर रहे थे, तो 2024 में भी करेंगे, उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है।
While Arvind Kejriwal has been granted bail for campaigning, in fact, BRS leader K Kavitha has also knocked on the doors of the Delhi High Court in the same matter. In fact, remember earlier the trial court had denied bail to K Kavitha, saying that being a star campaigner is no grounds to grant bail. Meanwhile, the ED has also filed its 7th supplementary charge sheet that names K Kavitha and 7 others.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And for more on this, let's go right across to our guest. Joining us with us is Guru Narayan Reddy, who's leader of the BJP and producer of the Razakar movie. We have JVC Sriram, who's a political strategist and commentator. Dinesh Chowdhury is spokesperson of the BRS. A. Shah Mohan is leader of the Congress party. Fani Bhushan Kukrapu is a political strategist, also joining us on the broadcast, and of course leans towards the Aadmi party. Let me start with you first, Mr. Reddy. The question that many are asking is that, in the middle of elections, very strong arguments had been made whether Kejriwal is a kingpin or not, etc. There were some charges that the ED had spoken about. But the very fact that the court has decided to release him on interim bail for 21 days during the period of the campaign, something that's rather unprecedented, what does that really say as far as the merits of this case are concerned in your view?
Nothing, but the court, apex court would have definitely considered on his plea that because of the ongoing elections, and he being the chief minister and the founder of the party, certainly when pronouncing the order itself speaks very clearly that he did not have any merits furthermore to consider, or the court is not of the opinion that he is innocent. It is only multiple applications which has, probably made him eligible for a interim bail.
But courts did not do this in the case of other leaders such as K Kavitha. So do you see this as being very significant, Dinesh Chowdhury? Because your own party's leader has applied for bail. They've said being a star campaigner cannot be grounds for granting of any kind of interim bail. Campaigning can't be a ground. So do you see a marked precedence or some change as far as the judicial stand is concerned?
As far as the Delhi liquor policy alleged scam, which has been widely spread over the media, we think it's taking a new turn in every scenario, and also most of the happenings and which are occurring in these cases, they are very ridiculous. Let us say, not even a single money trail has been established till now, not a single rupee has been recovered, not even role of anybody in any of the distilleries or liquor industries have been established, but they have been put behind bars. Whereas people who have bought electoral bonds from BJP, they have been let out in this case. They are out on bail. They are roaming around. And people who have joined NDA and are contesting in AP from NDA platforms have been given bail. They are out. And you see, recently we have seen in Maharashtra where Ajit Pawar's wife, who had joined a coalition of BJP, had been given clean sheet by ED.
Okay.
And let us look at the history of ED. ED has booked over 3,000 cases in this past 10 years, and the conviction which it has.
We'll come to that. We'll come to the conviction rate in just a bit. But the points being made, JVC, are that look at the electoral bonds. Look at the fact that one of the accused who later turned approver was actually given a ticket from the TDP, which is part of the NDA alliance and is a partner of the BJP. Doesn't this really take away from BJP's attack on the Aadmi party and the BRS and other political parties when it comes to the Delhi liquor scam? Is a question they are asking.
Good evening, Madhav, and good evening to all my fellow panelists. Let's understand one thing very clearly. I normally do not make any comment against the Supreme Court or the judgments. But as you rightly pointed out, the bail, there is a precedent. Om Prakash Chautala applied in the past, he was denied. Jagan Mohan Reddy, who was also the founder of YSRCP and who was also the president of that party, he was denied the bail. Then you have J. Jayalalitha, who was not the founder but was the general secretary of AIADMK. She was denied the bail. You have Shibu Soren, who has been denied the bail. And Arvind Kejriwal is a special politician. He is special. Wherever you go, he gets special treatment. And number 2 point, he is an accused. Whatever my dear friend from BRS is saying, we need to understand very clearly that Supreme Court has only extended the custody. Whether it is Kavitha, whether it is Arvind Kejriwal, it is the courts, certain special courts and even Supreme Court. So, when they have found a prima facie evidence and they are also in powerful position where they can influence the case, influence the witness, that is the sole reason for the courts not giving the bail. A special thing has happened to Arvind Kejriwal, so be it. We can't go against what the Supreme Court has said. We can't comment against it. But my initial argument is very simple, that comparison between some other people in NDA and to compare it with Arvind Kejriwal or Kavitha is an absolutely ridiculous point. Why do I say that? They have faced the trial. They are still facing the trial. They have come on bail. Now, but these people are in an influential position and the trial is going on. Charge sheets are being filed. Charge sheet after charge sheet is going to be filed. For all you know, in the next couple of days' time, NIA might file a charge sheet against Arvind Kejriwal. He might again be arrested. Who knows about all these things? See, understand, if you have not done any mistake, you should not be afraid. As a politician, as a person who's holding the office, you must...
Let me bring in Mr. Funny Bhushan. Yeah, let me bring in Funny Bhushan on that before we get to the NI case. Mr. Funny Bhushan, at the end of the day, this is not any kind of certificate about the innocence or, it doesn't take away from the gravity of the charges that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is facing. That is point number 1. And point number 2, with this legal precedent, there are some lawyers who are pointing out on social media that what if tomorrow other accused start to, file their nominations for elections and say that, oh, I have to campaign, let me go out on bail.
Yeah, already the Supreme Court has mentioned 2 points. One is the time of the case and the time of the arrest, which is politically motivated. And the second thing is when the Solicitor General compared Arvind Kejriwal with Amritpal Singh, who is known for the Sikh rights and all. Supreme Court clearly said you are dealing with an elected chief minister.
Not Sikh rights, but supporting Khalistani cause. Not Sikh rights. Sorry. Not Sikh rights. Amritpal Singh is not associated with Sikh rights.
In the police station, they clearly said, don't compare the both because you are comparing a habitual offender with a elected chief minister. And other than that, India, not just the Aam Aadmi Party, India Alliance had a big dent because of this arrest. Because the Arvind Kejriwal might have gone to Maharashtra and canvass for Uddhav Thackeray, might have gone to Uttar Pradesh and canvass for Akhilesh Yadav. And also one more thing, the main point, if you see in Delhi or anywhere, you will see lots of BJP ads in the public, but you can't see much AAP ads even in Delhi, just because...
Why is that? When you have MCD, when you have the state government, who's stopping you?
Yeah, that's what. The funds. It's a voluntary driven party. The funds, now the people understand if you donate through check to AAP, you are under a scanner. So the significant funds where they previously got, now they are not getting it.
So what does that do? That allows, you are justifying the liquor scam by saying this?
No.
That you can't get cash directly or check directly, so therefore scam has to be done. What is the connection?
I'm saying the liquor scam allegation. If it would have been credible, if their own party doesn't show the double standard in terms of Naveen Jindal's coal scam, which he gave as a BJP ticket from Kurukshetra, where if you see 10 years back...
Okay, the washing machine charge. I'm going to come to washing machine charge in just a minute, but Mr. Reddy respond to that. He says there are a number of political ramifications of the arrest. The timing is suspect. The case itself, of course, there are several aspects of this because it hinges primarily on the version of approvers. And very clearly, there are questions as to whether without any clinching evidence, the charges have really been proved because we're still finding charge sheets being filed by the ED. The 7th charge sheet has just been filed today.
See, first of all, I mean, I don't think we have too many rights to or too much of space wherein we can comment when the matter is sub judice and that too in the apex court. See, we cannot be talking about it. See, he is not a clean guy. Court has not given him a clean sheet to debate like as if he is some great person or Puneet or pura dhula hua sona hai bol ke apan kuch. We cannot say that. He has been granted an interim bail. Okay. Because on a multiple applications or bail petitions, court's decision, we cannot be commenting on that. I don't think, because we will certainly be under scanner. We will be tried on contempt of court.
No, fair criticism is allowed. Let me set the record straight. Fair criticism is allowed.
A to A with B or B with C or C with D. Every individual is a individual person in this country, and every citizen has got their own fundamental rights. And grounds of appeal again depends. The court's view, court will only view it or look at only the grounds of appeal. When in this case, for example, he is a chief minister and a founder of the party, wherein our friend Mr. JVC just now said in the case of Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy and Om Prakash Chautala and Jayalalitha, that is in the past. So time to time the variations will happen, and the think tanks will vary, and people who are sitting at the helm of affairs who grant bails or who put them behind also differ. So in these circumstances, whatever Kejriwal has got, it is only an interim relief, and he has not been exonerated. Okay. He is still accused, and he is still definitely, he will be facing a lot of other charges. Just now I heard it from you only that NIA is going to file a case. So once the NIA files a case, there could be again non-bailable warrant issued against him and still be arrested.
Well, there is a complaint recommending an NIA probe.
A bail,
there is no case
granting of a bail does not tantamount to or amount to a clean sheet given to such person.
Let me bring in Mr. Shamon. Mr. Shamon, you and the various India Bloc parties, not just the Congress but all the India Bloc, many of them have been saying there is misuse of agencies. In this particular case, if Kejriwal getting bail, is a sign or at some level or the other a vindication of Mr. Kejriwal, as many are projecting it in opposition, why is it that his own Deputy Chief Minister, who's very much behind bars, Mr. Manish Sisodia, has not got bail so far?
Well, we cannot just comment about the judgment given by the Supreme Court. they would have taken all aspects into consideration, and after careful study of Mr. Kejriwal's case, they would have taken this decision to grant the bail, number one. Number two, they said you have to compare, you cannot compare this particular case with any other gentleman, any other past cases.
Why?
Because no, there's, see, each case has its own merits and demerits in judiciary. Please understand that. And the members who sit there to pass the judgment, they have different aspects of considerations. They cannot just say, because somebody else, in 10 years back has been arrested, in some other case 5 years back. No.
Okay, but has a precedent been set? Has a legal precedent been set today?
No. They would have gone into all these things. They cannot just pass a judgment like this. They cannot grant, especially in the case of Mr. Kejriwal, who is the chief minister of a state like Delhi, and they cannot hasten their decision just like that.
Okay.
They would have taken every aspect of it into consideration. Then secondly, there is another aspect also which I will refer it later on. I don't want to compare.
Yeah, okay. Let me just bring JVC on that. JVC, direct question to you. What is the political impact of this? Because India bloc parties are going to see this as a huge shot in the arm. 3 phases of polling are over. 4 phases are left. Delhi is left. Punjab is left. And that's where Aam Aadmi Party currently is in power in the government's there.
Madhav, Varanasi, Mr. Kejriwal contested in 2014. What happened? Did the earthquake happen there? In 2019, Kejriwal was there. Let me ask you one simple question. Unfortunately, we don't have a Congress person from Punjab here, because you should not even ask this question to a congressman from Delhi. Ask a Congress person in Punjab today, are you happy with the bail being granted to Kejriwal? He would give you the words which you cannot digest. What is the political impact of Kejriwal getting bail?
Zero.
Okay. Because, see, let's understand one thing. I want to make a very important point here, Madhav. Allow me a minute. This you can call it as a conspiracy theory, but this is the fact which I believe in. When UPA 2 was suffering from policy paralysis, they knew pretty well that there was a huge amount of anti-incumbency which was mounting. And they knew by September 2013 itself that Narendra Modi has been declared as the prime ministerial candidate. They needed a creation. The creation of Congress party was Aam Aadmi Party. They were created to divide the anti-incumbency votes so that Modi ji does not get 272 plus.
Okay.
But Modi, Amit Shah and Rajnath Singh, who was then the president, knew their tactics, knew their strategy, and played their cards very well, and ensured that AAP is shown the place where it was.
Okay.
But I'll also tell you one last thing. If there is one political mistake ever conducted by Narendra Modi ji, it is by not going for Delhi Assembly elections by July 2014. By postponing it, they gave Arvind Kejriwal the time to go and beg each one of their houses and fall on their feet and seek votes.
Okay.
If that had not happened, Arvind Kejriwal would have never been a politician again.
Okay.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
What does what mean?
Giving that much of time to Mr. Kejriwal to go and beg and touch the feet of the other leaders. So that's not the way. Is that the way in democracy? Do you do things like that?
The assembly has been.
I'm sorry. That is the strategy of BJP.
No.
I'm telling you.
No.
See, everywhere you want to hand twist the people and then arrest them and put behind that.
The brainchild of your party.
Yeah. Okay. Pani Bhushan. Yeah.
If that's the case, you can see 2002 videos where the famous riots happen in Gujarat, where the Arvind Kejriwal is singing on road saying Gandhi Mera Desh Hai, showing the few bills saying this sadak pe 5 lakh ka kaam hai, kuch hua ya kya nahi, and he resigned from the commissioner post of income tax. And these like Congress can't do everything, right? And he won against Sheila Dikshit, which is a Congress CM candidate. Now you can't say Congress created.
Yeah, so you're proving his point. This is what he's saying. He's saying you're not ideologically together. That's exactly the point he's making.
No,
because in Punjab you're not together. That's the point he's making.
I'm talking about AAP was created by Congress. I'm just countering the point.
AAP today with Congress. AAP was founded based on the corruption which was unleashed on India by UPA 1 and 2.
There are two things. One is
AAP is irrelevant today.
Previously, India was.
AAP is irrelevant today.
Yeah, previously,
you can't call them irrelevant. They're in power in 2 states. Let's not say they're irrelevant. That would be taking things way too. No. I mean, that much respect to the people's mandate we have to give. You're free to your opinion. You're free to your opinion, but let's not go to the extreme. Yeah.
Previously, India suffered with corruption. what happens with corruption? Aapka, like from your pocket, you will lose money. What happened with communalism? You will lose yourself. Now, maybe few alliance, they are fighting against communalism and also corruption. Not just corruption. Previously, even I agree. In the UPA term,
What's the point you're making?
no, why the alliance happened? Just to fight against communalism.
Okay. Alliance
Which is more menace than corruption.
Okay. Alliance is to fight communalism. That is the charge coming in, and also let me say that at various elections, especially in Telangana, it's been very interesting. Somebody calls AAP, just like the BRS is called, B team of Congress. Someone says it's B team of BJP. Similarly, AAP has at various stages been called B team of Congress and B team of BJP as well. So how do you look at that, Mr. Reddy?
No, I fully agree with Mr. JVC because, see, at that time, UPA, as it had faced a lot of allegations of corruption, it was amounting to lakhs of crores. Previously, we used to hear of hundreds of crores and thousands of crores, and 2G scam, coal scam and all that. So UPA had no other subject except to divert the attention and created a AAP leader. This is so-called Kejriwal. Now, the same guy has cried hue and, a lot of allegations he put. Now, today, how can he become the INDA's alliance partner today?
All right. Would you like to respond to that?
How can he become the alliance partner?
Okay, quick response.
Two scams, sir mentioned, that is 2G scam and the coal scam. The coal scam main accused Jindal is contesting from Kurukshetra from the BJP party itself. And the 2G scam, which, Supreme Court's judgment.
Trial court's order. It's pending High Court. But let me bring in the point that was made by, SG Tushar Mehta. At the end of the day, his point is this, that despite Tushar Mehta raking up the fact that Amrit Pal, and others have now started applying for bail, etc., the court, despite that, says that, the two cannot be, parallels cannot be drawn between the two cases. And that's the point that the AAP supporter is making over here. So, despite all of these objections being put forth, that has not been considered by the bench.
That's what I'm saying, Madhav. It's a very simple case. See, if I go by the president, Supreme Court should not have granted the bail. But we respect the Supreme Court. It has given. But we only hope that this is an extraordinary case where extraordinary principles have been applied and the bail has been given. And we sincerely believe, we don't hope because we can't tell Supreme Court what to do. We sincerely believe that Supreme Court has taken this as a one-off exemption and would not be set as a precedent in the coming years to come. Because otherwise, I can, if I have a case, I can contest in Haryana. Coming election, Haryana is coming, Maharashtra is coming, Jharkhand is on the way, Delhi is by January 2025. So I can just file a nomination, find a party and say that I am applying for a bail. And the court is obliged to grant me a bail.
Quick response to me, Dinesh, because, at the end of the day, on a day when, Kejriwal has got bail, the entire matter is before the High Court. The High Court has sought a reply from the ED. A 7th supplementary charge sheet has been filed, which raises serious questions about the role of K Kavitha.
Madhav, as I have said earlier, there is nothing concrete to prove that something has happened. Court has asked the ED repeatedly, where is the money trail or what have you recovered? ED is speechless. ED is just, they are just flagger-busting and they are trying to use this as an excuse to coerce us or force us into their alliance. But KCR ji has clearly said, we will never bow down to the pressure. Kavitha ji has previously said, her friends in BJP, they have asked, come into our party and become a Eknath Shinde, otherwise you will be behind bars. But even she did not relent to that pressure. And now, you have seen that effect.
Completely out of time. Dinesh Chowdhury, JVC Sriram, Gudu Narayan Reddy, A. Shambhavan and Fani Bhushan Kukudapu, thanks so much all of you for joining us this evening. Certainly not the last word yet, but in the middle of the campaign of the Lok Sabha elections, Arvind Kejriwal being given interim bail all the same, certainly a very, very important and significant development that we're discussing this moment. Thanks so much for joining us.